Hi guys from Pax Europiana. This is now in Pristina, European Pristina, and I walked some 500 meters up from the city in one of the side streets, and it's very interesting. This is the city park, and you see what a difference it makes to have a good mayor who really cares. We have been in Stimme was less impressive. Glina was very impressive. I really like Glina. It was really very good. Also Mitrovica, very clean, very proper and nice. And now obviously the main town is good here in Pristina, but when you walk a little bit away from the center, then you see the city park. That's called the city park, the entrance of the city park. It was renovated by the Italians, and they always put a lot of money in it. And it's about, there is no central park, as I always call. This is in a way the central park. That's why I call so much for a central park. But you see, the situation is here. Spend Ahmeti is the mayor. He started like a rocket, very good, really. But then he is mainly interested in building and the attached benefits, it seems. So look at it. Now let's go a little bit closer, that you believe me. It's not really. That's the main park of the city Pristina. You see, it's nice. It's nice. It's very well kept and clean, everything. It's really beautiful, with love. It's done with love. And yes, these are holes you can fall in. You have to be careful. That's very close here. Obviously, it's very active mayor. The urban waste collection. Here the park is very appetizing. And you see the situation is not as it should be. I think he's sleeping. Somebody collects the waste? I don't think so. Okay, I risked my life. The road safety, the municipal infrastructure. Let's take a look. 15 years ago, no, it was maybe 12 years ago, I was criticized because with an international car. Look at this one. Really well maintained. Wonderful park, city park, main park. No, I wanted to tell, I was criticized because with the international number plates, I was in Kosovo television, my car actually, that I parked on the pavement. And obviously you shouldn't park on the pavement, because where to walk? Here you have to cross into the street, step into the street, or you walk on the pavement. But it's obviously occupied. And if a mayor really does not so much care for his city, then you see obviously the situation. People continue to park on the pavement. Here on the other side, no parking. Everybody parks on the pavement. The park obviously without love and care. The stray dogs running around, you see, stray dogs, hello doggy dog, they belong to nobody. Recently, even the son of an ex-mayor was attacked here by wild dogs, because they don't belong to anybody. The city municipality couldn't care less. I don't want to quote anybody, but the reputation of the mayor here is to be interested in high-rise buildings, because obviously giving building permits makes the construction company rich, and rich construction companies might be interested to give benefits back to the mayor. I'm clear or not? Okay, that's why, by the way, Albania and Kosovo are the only country in Southeastern Europe where the digitalization of construction permits and the business-friendly municipality process that the German government rolls out in whole Southeastern Europe. You can check BFC-SEE, Business Friendly Certificate -southeasterneurope.org. Who is not participating is Kosovo government and the municipalities and Albania. I've made it already very clear. Wonderful apartments, I would really like to buy one. But mayors don't have to buy apartments, they just get it. The magic way. Yes, and then of course this is very interesting. Obviously, I'm an economist. I'm also, like everybody, interested in money. I'm also understanding that it's of course much more interesting than early boring things like waste collection, public parks, parking systems. This is all very boring. Wastewater collection, rainwater somehow investment that this is somehow taken care of. Here we have some metal cover, in the next one not. Or parking at pavement, it's a very boring topic, I know, I'm sorry to repeat it. But you know, here I want to walk and oh no, it's impossible, I cannot. Obviously criticizing the government is never very popular. You have almost a cover, that's good, half a cover. And of course walking on the street everybody has to do, because what else to do when the cars are taking the pavement. That's a fitness place I've been once training when I was living here. Obviously that's somehow the conditions, everything is left. Was the same when I left 5 years ago. So that's the situation. You know, leadership matters. You have a mayor who cares, like in Cleaner. He walks through the city, he sees things, he asks them to be removed. I have to run because the car is coming here and they might not wait. So you have one in Cleaner that matters, that cares. For example, here the parking is the same. I left it 5 years ago when I was training here. Nothing changed. You know, then of course this, where nothing is built, there is a lot of buildings here. That makes the mayor happy. And all this hard work of cleaning, working with the owners of specific plots to find a settlement, because it's not very nice to have such a place in the middle of the city like this. But okay, if the mayor cares, he will find a settlement, an investor. If he doesn't care and only he waits that somebody comes to pay him off, then obviously we are in a mess like we are here today after 4 years of a reform government. And that's also worrying because he came also with Vette Vendosia, I remember. And so it's also a center left-wing person. He came with high hopes for good governance. Reality is like that today. The private sector is booming, the houses are moving. Obviously the public sector is not working. It's also connected with my favorite topic, I agree, it's complicated. You know, here one car again in the pavement. What you need is also a serious payment system behind property. Property here, the idea is you buy it and you never have to pay anything anymore. No insurance for the property, no maintenance for the property, no property tax, no waste collection, no water collection, no canalization fee, no water fee, not anything else. Yeah? So that's a bit why the apartments are not maintained. I repeat, for my 70 square meter apartment in Austria, in Vienna, I have to pay monthly 350 euros only attached to the ownership, because of the insurance for the house, the collection of renovation funding, and also everything else like the property, waste collection, water system, electricity for the public houses, and so on and so on. So property is not for free. But that's my campaign since years. Here property owners are subsidized because the general taxpayer should pay everything. And of course they don't. Then nothing works. The mayor doesn't want to impose the costs of maintenance of the general parts. Snow cleaning, you know, managing the house. That's all cost and administration, which in Austria they have to pay. And obviously here that's very unpopular because the property owners are also the voters. And so the idea is not to ask them to pay. And so they don't pay. Here's Isa Castrati and other heroes of the independence war who died too early and during the war for liberation. And I walk now up to President Rugovo's grave and the memorial site for the hero of the independence. And you see, it is like this, yeah, the situation. When you don't pay property related fees, like administration fee, like waste collection, like water, like outside electricity, like snow cleaning, like cleaning outside, then probably nobody does it. And then the property decays over time. So it's also a value generation and a value maintenance issue, but also it's an issue of public hygiene. the hygienic situation when you leave the waste uncollected? No, it's of course not very convincing. As we have learned with Corona, that matters as well, that you have public health issues potentially when things are not clean. That's for the waste, for the recycling sector, for the wastewater, for the cars. For example, this taxi has to go here and the asphalt is broken and he had a damage. Okay, who's paying that? Certainly not the mayor. He just has maintained the roads like that. And that's how it looks. And of course the houses are new, but after 10 years, no maintenance, no investment in the common areas, no cleaning, nobody taking care. Yes, then the situation is like that, obviously, because then nobody cares. You build a lot, but it's not a value creation. Often people lose money by investing because they cannot rent it out very well. The property is not very well maintained. Mostly, often the owners don't live here. Property rental is about 250 euros a month for a family apartment, maybe 300. That's already hard at the payment capacity of most people who have income here. And then, obviously, often they let it empty. Then maintenance there is none. Property related costs to keep it is also none. So you build a lot, but it's a stranded investment. There is no yearly revenue against it, but your own use when you come back in the summer or in the winter. And often then you have actually lost value. Okay, good. Now I have to be careful with my battery because I still have to make one video over there. That was enough about the city of Pristina and also other aspects, not only the amazing center, but also the outskirts and some of the boomtown aspects where better European regulation would actually help the investment. But it's not popular to pay regularly anything, so the politicians don't do it. So everything decays after a wonderful feeling that you are a property owner. Some years later, the situation is not so good anymore. Here we come to this memorial. The park typically is kept as I said it. The entry is broken and the main site of the memorial of the state founder and hero of independence is in this condition, 2021. If you look comparison, the funeral place of Alija Izetbegović, who is in many ways the contemporary European hero of freedom from Bosnia, it's very well maintained. Here everything what is maintained is the new houses, then they sell it, then the owner feels very rich. 10 years later the invested is gone sour and the value is not created because no working regulatory payment system in the municipal services, in the property sector, and you are actually less rich by investing in such a property than you would be when you do the same in Austria, which might be more expensive, but you really have value, rental, revenue and real progress. That's the difference. So far from now, from the top of the hill, this is Pristina from the top, more to come from the mountain of President Rugova in a second.